show some qualities, you know. So we'll wait to see. Another thing though that I'm thinking that will boost, especially the African countries over and above, and we can start talking about Senegal and Netherlands. Now, this is a chance for Senegal to make a statement. If there is any game where they're going to show the world that we are not Liverpool, bila mane bado tunaweza mchezea yeye. We can play for club and for our leader, Mane. It's this one. I think, like Zita was saying, and we'll talk about a team like France, there is an element of, if you're a defender and you know you're coming up against Mane, there is a certain, you don't take it as a walk in the park. You know, there's a certain
preparedness.
Yes, that you must that comes with. Now you've taken away. Do you think Netherlands is seeing this game as, okay, before they were a threat, but now the threat level has reduced? What do you think, Aroto?
First of all, I'd like to look at the two statistics of the two teams before I respond to your question. Look at the fact that the Dutch, it's a very strange team. The Dutch team is the only
Under
team.
Louis van Gaal.
Yes, it's the only team that has played in 3 World Cups and lost all the World Cups. They lost their first World Cup in 1974 when they played against West Germany, in West Germany. 4 years later, in 1978, they lost against against Argentina in another World Cup finals. We also know what happened in 2010. They lost in another World Cup finals. On the flip side, looking at Senegal, Senegal is a team that have won their first 2 matches in the World Cup. In 2002, they won their first match against France. In 2018, they won their first match against Poland. So basically, these are 2 teams that are coming in with a lot of confidence. Now, coming back to your question, when you're referring to Sadio Mane, I also want to look at it from 2 sides. One, I'm looking at this particular player who's going to get an opportunity to play. He was not going to play. I might not know his name, but there is a player who's going to play. And this is his time to shine.
In the world stage with scouts?
Yes, and basically, everybody was coming to watch Senegal because of perhaps Sadio Mane. Now he's not there. I need to fill in that shoe. Now, on the other side, they are going to be handicapped in a way. Because this is somebody who was quite instrumental in their qualification. The way he played and the way he's a leader. Mane, other than scoring goals, he's a leader. And he's somebody who does a lot in the pitch. So I'm looking at a catch-22 in this match, though I'm giving the Dutch an edge over Senegal. The kind of experience we are seeing in
Would you give them an edge if Sadio Mane was playing?
Yes, I'll still give them an edge, though I'm looking at the 2 teams to qualify. What I saw on Ecuador, what I saw on Qatar cannot be placed against Senegal and the Dutch any day.
Zita, what do you think the Lions of Teranga, how they will perform without their main man, Mane?
But he's going to be there, I think, in the dressing room. He's there.
He'll be there. He'll be there, but not already.
No, he has not traveled.
He had started treatment in Munich.
He's expected to come towards the end.
But me, how I'm looking at it, it's a plus and a minus at the same time. Probably the Dutch had studied how
the style of play, how they build around play,
how they build up around Mane. Probably the coach now changed tact. Something probably the Netherlands have not known how they'll approach that game, and this might surprise Netherlands. And as Arocho said, there is this one player that will step up in place of Sadio Mane, and he will, of course, want to show the world that actually I'm just behind Mane, but I'm equally better or even more better, because you see, everyone is focusing on Mane. To me, I think it's an advantage to Senegal. See how Mohamed Salah is usually man-marked. The same way this team will have come up against Mane. So to me, it's an advantage they need to take and win that game, in as much as Netherlands is a very formidable team. Senegal are the African champions. They have very, very big names, and I think this is nothing to worry them. they have players who are equal to the task. Kalidou Koulibaly is a very formidable defender, regardless of the team he plays for. Of course, Chelsea.
Someone say
they have
Chelsea and Qatar.
They have the best goalkeeper. Of course, he won the best goalkeeper last season, Mendy. We have the Ayew brothers. Ayew
Ghana.
From Ghana. We have players who will really step up, and of course, you remember when Cristiano Ronaldo was off,
and he had crutches.
Yeah, was off that game.
And
he urged the team in crutches.
Yes. You see the
win.
spirit.
Right.
Actually, with your best player outside,
right,
celebrating and pushing you on is when you will get such results. So I tend to believe that game, the worst Senegal will pick is a draw.
All right, just to...
Otherwise, I'm vouching for Senegal, of course.
Right, just to... you said that kijana ambaye kidogo ataitwa kureplace Mane, anaitwa Musa Ndiaye, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, and he plays for Anderlecht, and he's 20 years old. So, like you're saying, it is indeed a chance for him to come and shine and cover them in case they get any other injuries. So he's been called. His first time, he's making his debut. He always plays for the under 20. Yeah, he plays for them. Sasa ameambiwa kuja kwenye world stage.
As we talk about the young players, I think Senegal has the mix of young players and the average. I think average players and young players. The only team that they are saying they have more young players is Ghana. So I don't know if it's the young players in the football age or young players in the age of age. Unajua? African in Africa.
Like you are
casting aspersions.
No, I'm just saying,
you see
something.
Zita indirectly naona ki-attack Party.
No. You say they are young players.
Party is young.
Ghana is the team that has the young
at heart.
Yes, young players in the World Cup. So I was like, is Partey 20 years?
Partey is 23.
23.
How many years has he been? 23.
How many?
Sema tu Partey, Zita, wacha kuzunguka.
If you want to talk to him direct.
Partey is 23 years. He's the youngest player in the World Cup.
Okay. Apart from sasa Nianye ndo huyo ameingia. Called up. All right, well, another game that people are going to be talking about is England versus Iran or Iran, depending on how you look at it. But England as a team, now England has an interesting team because they have what people would argue is the best of the best from the Premier League and from, of course, other places. But they are presenting to the world one of the most competitive. I mean, we've seen players come from other leagues that struggle in the English Premier League. We've seen the dominance that the English teams have had, even in the Champions League. Do you think England will carry this dominance going forward? Could this be, they've also been the same, wanting it to come home. Could this be the year it goes home?
Before Arocho says something, let me just say something, because England player, they've been having a lot of drama in this World Cup, starting from their striker, Kane, and now they're saying that when the coach is saying that when they're going to play against Qatar, they're going to kneel down, like what they always do in the English Premier League.
Right.
They're going to kneel down as they play this game. So I hope this doesn't throw them under the bus, because as the FIFA president says, you can't say you are in this for unity and you're not following the rules of the country that is hosting the World Cup. So for me, I'm saying maybe they'll do well, but if they, I hope the things they're doing, that they won't throw them under the bus. That's what I'm just saying.
Well, for me,
under the bus.
there are three teams that might not perform well. That is Saudi Arabia, that is Qatar, and England. Why am I saying so? A bulk of their players play at home.
England,
yes, no, but I'm just.
England and
You know,
Saudi Arabia.
I know guys will be on my case.
Yes.
But the reason why I'm putting Saudi Arabia,
Right.
Qatar, and England in the same boat is that the two teams that have 100% home-based players is Saudi Arabia and Qatar.
Right.
They don't have any foreign-based players in their team. And England has they have a big chunk of their players playing at home, though their standards are a bit high compared to their two other teams. But all said and done, I think England, they're just good commercially. Their league, they've really done a lot of work behind their league commercially. They're selling their league. But I'm not looking at them as a threat per se in the World Cup. I'm looking at a very, well, I'll call it lackluster performance. I'm expecting a lackluster performance from them.
Lukewarm.
Yes, it's not going to be that outstanding. We know English players, because I saw the other day there was a joke that Maguire is playing his
I
first.
wanted to ask you the same.
He's playing his first his debut match in the English national team. Somebody was making that as a joke, simply because you realize that the coach has kept him in the team regardless of the fact that he's not playing anywhere. But he's in the team.
At the club.
He's not playing in the club. So for me, and I am ready. I have my helmet on. These are three teams that are going to perform disastrously.
Well, I think I'm also just being reminded by one shatter boy, a bad man, stamina man himself, Kang. And anasema pia Ismaila Assar will replace Mane perfectly. He likes playing against Virgil van Dijk. He scored a hat-trick against Liverpool. So there's also that to watch.
Actually, England is facing the same problem as many other countries.
Right.
Because they have their very, very vital players on that injury list.
But if you're going to talk about injuries...
Yeah, injury. Talk of...
Have you seen what is going on in France?
Talk of Chilwell, talk of Reece James.
Yes.
All these players are sidelined, and they are very, very important players for England. Again, the selection confusion that Southgate... Yeah. Leaving out a very, very crucial players, and someone was surprised that Maguire is on that list. But I think probably on the national stage, Maguire might surprise you.
Thank you.
That is my point. He might surprise you because as Arocho says...
Surprise in a good way or in a bad way? Okay.
In a good way. As Arocho says that England, most of the players are locally based. I think that should be a plus because they are playing the same standards, they are playing the same environment, they are used to each other. And we saw England coming to the semi-finals in the last World Cup. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is the best they have ever achieved, I think, in the world of football. But again, this World Cup, I like to join Arocho.
Thank you.
England will not do very well, although they will win their match against Iran because Iran, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, I think...
Those are the right people to believe.
Those are the right people.
to believe together.
Those are the right
No.
But let me ask you guys something.
But my prediction, of course, kwa wale ambao wanaekeza pale shabiki, wekea England against Iran. Kwa wale ambao wanauliza ni nani atashinda World Cup, mimi nitakusihi uende na Brazil.
I want to say something. I want to... today I'm in Arocho, like arguing with everyone. The way
I always do that. You know, I don't fear being alone. I've never feared being alone.
On England, I'm with you.
No, the way they're saying England players talking about Maguire. You know, there's a player who performs very well in the national team and in the club doesn't perform well. And there's a player who performs well in the club, but when called up in the national team,
doesn't perform.
No, let me pick on Rita. Yes, let me pick on Rita. I think Rita is just being Zita. She's just trying to be being diplomatic. Yes, she's just trying to be diplomatic. Surely, how are you picked in the national team?
Yes.
Basically, you're picked from your performance in the club. Maguire is not the first central defender anywhere in England.
Okay.
Anywhere in England, even if you take him at Leeds at the moment, he'll not be the first central defender.
That's your captain you're talking about.
Yes.
And I think he has also, Southgate has also made the same blunder up front. Because to me, Sterling's performance has not been satisfactory to a level of at Chelsea,
being called up in the
to a level of being called to the national team. I think Southgate has also mixed some friendship
calls.
Yeah.
Well, I think
kuna wale tu wachezaji ambao coach atapenda tu whether you like it or
kama Maguire.
You know, you can't compare Chelsea's squad and Man City. When Sterling was at Man City, he had a support team hapo nyuma yenye inamsaidia hapo.
So do you think in England he'll have that support team, the national team?
He has that support.
But he's carrying the same players wenye wako Chelsea. Mount is there.
All right. Well, pia wanasemanga hivi ya kwamba watu wenye wanajua watatoka mapema. Shata pia amesema tafadhali hata msizime ndege. Wacheni tu ndege pale.
Lakini
kwa runway zimewarm.
Lakini sasa Qatar wasizime basi. Sababu hawahitaji ndege.
Tulie tu hapo. Waendelee tu waanze kuassimilate into the crowd.
In fact, in the second half, the Qatar match, half of the crowd did not come back.
They
had a lot of expectations, and they realized that.
It's a wrap. But let's talk about, guys. I want to talk about
why is it that countries like Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt perform very well, and it is the same line the Arab countries, Qatar. I think that football blood should cross over.
Yeah. Guys, we need to talk about what's going to happen to France because one of their stars, Ballon d'Or winner, Karim Benzema, is now out. Pogba and his witchcraft and witch doctor is also out. N'Golo Kante is out. What's going to happen? What's going to happen to the club? I mean, they still have the Kamavingas.
My guy.
Yes, and but it is just like I said. Again, when you are preparing for a team, and you know I'm going to face France, you're thinking, okay, Mbappe, Pogba, Kante, Benzema. We've watched videos. We know the score, we know the positioning, we know all these things. Now, a significant chunk of those players are missing. What do you think of France's chances?
Actually, Benzema is the first Ballon d'Or to miss the World Cup after winning Kikombe.
It's very unfortunate.
So, for me, I think and
I doubt he'll come. How old is he?
He's 32.
He's heading out.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll come back.
He will not play any other World
Cup. Yeah.
So, I think for me, we give the other players a chance to display what they have. Because as Arocha said, Mane is out. Kuna mtu amepata chance ya kucheza hii World Cup. Now these big names of France are out. They're upcoming. France, you know, it has depth. So, see kama hizi timu zingine tu mtu ameumia mnaanza kutafuta sijui nani. So France has a very strong depth. So for me, the young players should be given a chance. It's their time to shine in the World Cup. And they will do well because they have to prove a point to each and every person outside here. So they will do well. And my sister is supporting France.
France is facing the same problem with Chelsea.
Surely. You have to bring in Chelsea.
Is it lack of proper leadership, finances? Are they facing those problems?
Their central midfield is out. Kante is out. Pogba is out. Fofana, apparently, is a defender, but he plays as a central midfielder for France. He's out. So that is the greatest concern. Up front, remember, up front, wakona 35-year-old Olivier Giroud is available. Kylian Mbappe is available. So I think up front, I want a deficit sana as compared to the mids, and that is where they have to be concerned. You see, when you lose one player, it's easy to replace. When you lose three, now
what is the saying about the midfield?
May I
say that most games are won and lost at the midfield?
In the midfield, especially the central midfield. Sababu kuna attacking midfielders ambao ni the likes of akina Mbappe, anaweza fall off as an attacking midfielder. Giroud is a striker. Their defense is okay. They have the likes of Akina Kounde at the back. They have a very good goalkeeper. But in the midfield, I see a very, very big problem for France. And sorry to tell your sister that they might leapfrog into the second round, but they will not go past that.
All right. Well, as is the biashara ya